Hello, this is Pankaj Kumar Thakur. In today's class, I am going to discuss on one of the most important topic from class 11th, that is organic chemistry, and the name of the chapter is hydrocarbons. So in hydrocarbons, I am going to discuss about aromaticity in hydrocarbons. So let's start with the session. So aromaticity in hydrocarbon. So aromatic compounds can be classified into three types. What are they? The three type of compounds are: one is aromatic, second is non-aromatic, and third one is anti-aromatic. These three type of, basically we'll learn about these three type of organic compounds. So let's start. How can we identify whether a compound is aromatic, non-aromatic, or anti-aromatic? So first of all, let's start with aromatic hydrocarbon. So aromatic, in order to identify aromatic compound, we should know the certain rules, and if a particular compound follows the certain rules, then we will call them as aromatic compound. So what are these rules? Let us discuss each one by one. So first thing is that the compound to be aromatic, it must be cyclic. The first and foremost condition is that it must be cyclic. Second thing is that it must be planar. Third one is that there must be conjugation, and the fourth one is that there must be 4n plus 2 pi electrons. So this is the condition for aromaticity. That means if a compound follows all these rules, set of rules, then that particular compound will be aromatic. Let us try to understand this concept by taking an example. So let us take, suppose we have benzene ring. Okay. So if we look at the first condition, that the first condition we can see the structure of the molecule, and after seeing the structure of the molecule we can see that it is cyclic. So first condition is fulfilled. If we look at the second condition, so planar. So how can we know whether a molecule is planar or not? So in order to know the planarity of the molecule, we look for the hybridization of the molecule. So if the hybridization is sp2, in that case the molecule will be planar. As we know, sp2 is trigonal planar. So if it is sp2, then it will be planar. So let us check each and every carbon one by one whether the carbon is sp2 hybridized or not. Whether the carbon is sp2 hybridized or not. If we look at this carbon, then we can see that this carbon has three different atoms bonded to it. That means hydrogen is there, carbon is there, and another carbon is there. So the hybridization of this carbon is sp2 hybridized. This carbon is sp2 hybridized. So each and every carbon is sp2 hybridized in this molecule. So the second condition is also fulfilled by this molecule. So planarity is also there in this molecule. In order to look for the conjugation, if we look at the bonds present in this molecule, there is double bond, then single bond, again we have double bond, then single bond. That is alternate double bond, single bond, and double bond. That means conjugation is also fulfilled by this molecule. Next, if we look at the fourth condition, so fourth condition is that 4n plus 2 pi electron, where n will be 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, any whole number. We can take any whole number in place of n. So if we look at, we will count 2 pi electron per double bond. 2 pi electrons, that means we have 2 pi electron in one double bond. Here we also have 2 pi electron, here we also have 2 pi electron. So if we look at this molecule, we have 6 pi electron. Now let us try to put try to apply this rule. Let us try to apply this rule. Here, if we put 1 in this value, that is in place of n, if we put 1, then we will get 4 into 1 plus 2. That means we are getting 6 pi electron. That means this particular molecule is following Huckel rule as well. So all the rules, all the set of rules are followed by this molecule. Therefore, this is what? This is aromatic compound. And aromatic compounds are highly stable. They are stable in nature. Let us take few more example and we'll try to understand this concept, that is aromatic. Here, let us take this example as cyclopropyl cation. Cyclopropyl cation. If we look at this molecule, cyclic, the first condition is that cyclic. Is it cyclic? Yes, yes, it is cyclic. Second is that whether this molecule is planar or not. So it is very easy to find the hybridization of the molecule in organic chemistry. So just count the number of sigma bonds. If it comes out to be 4, that is, if you are getting 4 sigma bond, you can simply call it as sp3 hybridized. If it comes out to be 3 sigma bond, then it is sp2, and if come out to be 2, then it is called sp hybridized. Right? So if we look at the each carbon, if we look at this carbon, we will have 1 sigma, 2 sigma and 3 sigma. Similarly, here also we have 1 sigma, and in case of double bond, that is, if we have pi bond, double bond, then we count 1 sigma and plus 1 pi. If we have a triple bond, we will count sigma and plus 2 pi. And in a single bond, we have only sigma. In this way, we can find the number of sigma bond. Right? If we look at the hybridization of this carbon, it is also sp2 and it is also sp2 hybridized. That means this particular molecule is also planar. Right? Next, we'll check the conjugation. Yes, there is conjugation. How? We have double bond, multiple bond, then single bond, then we have cation. So conjugation may be with negative charge, double bond with double bond with cation, and so on. So conjugation is also there, cyclic is there, planarity is also there in the molecule. Third one is conjugation is also present in this molecule. And fourth condition, that is whether this molecule follows Huckel rule or not. How can we know? Just we have seen that 4n plus 2 pi electron. 4n plus 2 pi. Here in place of, first of all, try to count the number of pi electron in the molecule. So if we count number of pi electron in this molecule, how many pi electrons are there? There are 2 pi electrons. So by putting 0, 1, 2, 3 and any number on this value, if it comes out to be 2, that is equal to the number of pi electron present in the molecule, that means that this particular molecule also follows Huckel rule, right? So if we look at here, if we put 4 into 0 plus 2 pi, that means 2 pi, it comes out to be 2 pi. So this particular molecule is also following Huckel rule. So this is also an aromatic compound. Hope you are getting it. So in this way, we can check whether a compound is aromatic or not aromatic, or anti-aromatic. If we look at anti-aromatic compound, anti-aromatic compound. So anti-aromatic compounds are those which follow these rules. That is, first one is cyclic, similar to that of aromatic compound. Second is planar. Third one is conjugation, and fourth one is 4n pi electron. How many pi electron must be there? 4n pi electron, where the value of n will be 1, 2, 3 and so on. This is the value of n. In this way, we can check. Let us take, for example, suppose we have this molecule, cation. So if we look at, as I have told you, that in one pi bond, we count 2 pi electron. 1 pi bond, 2 pi electron. So if we look at this structure, then we will find, so pi electron equal to here 4, it is 4 pi electron, which comes in the category of 4n plus 4n rule, which comes in the category of 4n rule. If we look at this molecule, cyclic condition is followed, planarity is also followed, conjugation is also followed, and we have 4n pi electron. How many pi? So this is anti aromatic. And those compounds which are neither aromatic nor anti-aromatic are said to be non-aromatic. Suppose we take one example, we have this molecule, and this carbon is sp3 hybridized, sp3 hybridized. So this is neither aromatic nor anti-aromatic, so it is what? Non-aromatic. Order of stability follows, if we look at the order of stability of aromatic, non-aromatic or anti-aromatic, we find that most stable will be aromatic. Aromatics will be most stable, followed by non-aromatic and then anti-aromatic. This is the order of stability. So what type of questions are being asked in this? So let us take one example and try to understand this. Suppose we are asked the acidity of this proton. Suppose we are given here and we have also given here H, and we are asked which one is more acidic, first and second, which one is more acidic. We are given the proton and we are asked, so which proton is more acidic? So how can we find whether a proton is acidic or not? So in order to find this, what can we do? First of all, remove H positive, because we are going to compare about the acidic nature. So first of all, try to remove H positive. So after removing H positive, what we are getting over here is minus charge here. On removing H positive from this, what we are getting? We are also getting minus charge over here, right? Now, if we apply every rule one by one, then this compound, this one is aromatic, it is aromatic and it is anti-aromatic. That means after losing a proton, it is getting converted into more stable form. Where? That in the case where there is creation of an aromatic compound. But in this case, we are getting an anti-aromatic compound. That is, it is not happy after losing a proton. Therefore, the acidity of this proton, that is this proton, is much more as compared to this proton. So first will be more acidic than second. So I hope you understand about it. Thank you very much.